Alright guys, welcome to Mobile Suit Gamers, episode 6. We are your hosts. I'm Shiro the Cat.
I'm Black the Cat.
And I'm Shadow Sever.
Alright. So, recently I watched a really adorable anime, but it's also super ecchi.
What's it called?
It's Konosuba.
Konosuba. Like how ecchi is really ecchi.
It's not super, it's just butt shots, like...
Oh, well, it's not.
It's mostly button cleavage, like it's just...
Is
it's
it like
not,
upskirt?
Yeah, no, it tries to, it's like right before upskirt where like you can just barely see under cheek. That's as close as it gets, but it's like really obnoxious because some of the
Under
girls will
cheek
be like,
is underrated.
Under
is.
cheek is underrated.
it is, but it's like there was no reason to add that scene at all. It's just fan service. It's hilarious, but the story is super funny, and it's only 6 episodes in right now, and it's all on Crunchyroll.
Is it as bad as Air Gear?
It's as obnoxious as Air Gear, but
Oh jeez.
yeah, all the nonsense. It's great.
I don't think that's on my list. Should it be?
Air Gear is fantastic.
Air Gear is all on Netflix.
Is it really?
Yeah, all of it's on Netflix, and
Is it in English?
it's dubbed and subbed. So you can get either or.
Air Gear.
Yeah, Air Gear's a really good show. Don't ever read the manga though. That gets even more ridiculous. Have you read some of it?
No.
For the manga for Air Gear, they end up adding one of the guys ends up switching like bodies with Obama.
What the heck?
Really?
Yeah, it gets weird. In the anime, they cut it off before like, what was it, 12 episodes in?
I don't know.
Right before it gets serious. And, yeah.
Interesting.
Konosuba. The funny thing is the main character. It's set like an RPG world.
Okay.
Where there's a devil king trying to destroy the world, and
Of course there is.
adventurers start in the small town. Like it's like a straight RPG. He starts in the small the village, the beginner village. But you know how in like a normal RPGs you start with a small amount of like equipment and stuff.
Yeah.
He got nothing.
Nothing.
He got nothing.
That sucks.
He got nothing. It's hilarious. Yeah. But without spoiling too much, because the previews, if you see any of them anywhere on like any of the websites, it shows that he ends up being a thief at one point, the thief class, and he learns the steal ability. But for in like RPGs, when you steal something, it's random. Normally in RPGs, his consistently, if it attacks a girl, it consistently steals their panties.
Yeah, you were telling me about that.
Oh, that's the best.
That's like that's how he gets away with things. Like that's how he stole some dude's sword later on, like this legendary sword, and then the guy's followers were like these 2 girls, and he's like, "I'll steal your panties if you don't leave me alone."
Yeah, it's pretty edgy.
It's pretty edgy. It's hilarious though. Yeah, it's a little harem-ish because like the guy has his little party and it's all girls. His little squad is all girls.
Well,
I recommend it. It's only 6 episodes in, so you guys can power through it because they're only 20 minutes.
You're gonna have to text it to me because I don't know how to spell whatever you said.
Yeah, right. Me too.
Just go on the Crunchyroll and click on the queue.
Alright.
They're all on there. All the ones I'll recommend you guys are on there anyways.
For the viewers, we may or may not all share the same Crunchyroll.
We all share my Crunchyroll.
Well, you take my Netflix, so it's a give and take.
Now we gotta beat up Ryan. We need to extort Ryan for something.
Yeah, you gotta pay your dues.
You guys play my Overwatch?
There you go.
Yeah,
Alright, we're
true.
even.
Alright.
You got lucky with that one though. Alrighty.
No, I just signed up like the day the beta sign-ups went out.
Yeah. I didn't know there was this beta till like a month in. I was like, I'm not gonna get in, and then I didn't.
Yeah.
True
Anyways,
story.
What else you been watching?
the only other show I've been watching, sticking with video games, is Fantasy Star Online 2. You guys ever played that game before?
Wait, there's
No.
an anime of Fantasy Star?
Yeah, there's an anime.
Oh,
It's a high school anime though, but it's kind of funny because they pretty much use the game most of the time. For the story, most of the story just revolves in the game.
and you said this is season 2 or
No, it's based on the second
the
game.
second game?
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna check that out because I loved Fantasy Star. I played the crap out of that game.
Yeah.
I've
That's really
never
good,
even heard of it. What is it?
It's an RPG.
It's similar to Final Fantasy, but more dot hacky. You know, like more like dot hack. You know, with the 3-man teams.
Yeah.
You know, you go and do little missions and stuff. If you ever played the dot hack games,
No, I just watched the show.
dude, that's what we should do. I'm gonna make you play the dot hack games.
Yeah.
I have all but the last one.
Are they good?
They're really hard.
Do they have the characters from the show, or is it different?
Yeah, it has the characters from the show make a cameo appearance, but it's the one with the dude with the Twilight one, dot hack Twilight.
Yeah.
Remember the two main characters from that one? The red thief
Yeah, they're like
and
the
they're like shivvies.
legendary ones or whatever.
Yeah, that's the story from them.
Oh,
It's not
okay.
that story, but it's those characters from that one.
Okay.
Those are the main characters from that for the games. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Other than Fantasy Star, the only other thing I watched was Gundam. You guys want to talk?
Okay, so you guys said you didn't want to go too into the Gundam because you don't want to spoil it for me or the viewers. But I mean, did you like? It was a good episode, or was it?
I'm trying to remember. Uh, Give me something to remember.
The mask dude's in it.
Oh yeah. Okay, I remember.
Yeah. So, if you guys you watched the last one where she did her little broadcast, right?
Ryan.
Ryan? She was broadcasting her announcement towards against Scalahorn.
Was that the episode I watched? Yeah, that must have been the episode I watched. Yeah, because I've seen that, so it must have been the
Yes,
episode.
if you know about it, yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever, guys. Yeah, that was episode
That was
17.
common sense.
Alright, well, yeah, there's no more, just to talk about the episode, kind of have to spoil it a little. Because her message does end up getting across to the Galahorn. The leader, the general in the area wanted to kill them, but I think the leaders are like, no, that's gonna look bad on us, and they decided not to attack.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
They pulled him back.
Yeah, and the whole army was there ready to kill them all.
Yeah, they
That's
would
where
have.
the last one ended. Yeah, yeah, they're about to all die. They're all willing. They're all ready to die.
Yeah. I mean, he was joking. He's like, man, I'd really like to leave right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Good episode. What's the mask guy's name? I can't remember.
Pegasus.
Yeah, pretty much Pegasus.
Oh, I don't know.
He looks like Pegasus.
Dex Marquise.
Yeah.
Yeah, he ends up trying to make a deal with the guys. I forget what he wanted though.
Bro, I can't even remember anything from
remember.
the episode.
It was like they're transporting some weapons or something. That's the last thing I remember before he showed up is he was transporting some weapons.
I feel no. I think that they need some sort of transport to get down to Earth, and he's like their only option. So
Yeah. And
something
he's
like that.
he's kind of against Galahorn. He just wants justice. That's what he wants. So
Yeah,
he's like the anti-hero.
His character's still kind of ambiguous right now. You're not really sure which side he's on.
Yeah.
Which character?
The guy with the mask.
Oh, mask guy.
The handsome dude with the mask.
They always have to be handsome.
Didn't we find out who he was though?
Yeah, he says his name, but I can't remember it.
No, I feel like at the end he takes off his mask.
Does he?
Yeah,
Is he a character we've already seen?
Yes, I'm pretty sure. If I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure
Spoilers.
that you find out who he is at the end of the episode.
All right. Well, I look forward to that.
I think so. I don't know. Maybe I'm making it up. Anyway,
What have you guys been watching besides Gundam?
I started season 3 of Kuroko's, and
Have you seen The Last Guy?
yes, finally.
Please tell me he is a freaking dunk master.
No.
There's no dunk master. I'm so bummed.
Well,
about that.
that's kind
I
of.
thought
a
that one
fact.
dude was really good at dunking.
Real high. This guy is pretty crazy. I don't I don't know how to explain it that well. He has this thing called the Emperor's Eye, and basically it's more or less like sort of future vision, and he's so good at predicting what you're going to do that when he's on offense, he breaks your ankles every time because he
What?
knows like when you're about to step and he'll like turn the other way or something and throw you off guard every single time.
I just want to say that every single one of these abilities sounds unbeatable.
Well, all right.
It sounds like unless you have one of the other abilities
That's
in your team, you
that's
can't.
that's what it is.
Okay.
That's pretty much what it is. But I mean, it's getting crazy. The copycat guy, he's able to copy the other generation of miracles guys.
So he could copy Future Sight
Yes, he can.
guy? That's actually
He can copy everything. He can only do it for a certain amount of time. He's got like 5 minutes or something.
of Future Sight or
Well,
copycat?
of copy of they call it the perfect copy because normally he's not able to copy the generation of miracles guys. So he has like 5 minutes of being able to copy like their ultimate whatever. But
Their
basically
ultimate
he's
jutsu?
he's unbeat like the
Ultimate
emperor,
jutsu.
the emperor guy is like unbeatable. When he's on defense, he knows exactly what you're gonna do and he can steal the ball every time. And when he's on offense, he can just knock you over.
So
basically.
you said the first season to the second season they were in the tournament and they didn't win. They got knocked out.
Right, yeah.
And you said the second season to the third season was another tournament. They get knocked out again?
No, they're still in it.
Oh, they're still on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
What I'm watching right now is them playing. They're playing the copycat guy actually.
Okay.
So the last game, the one where you finally saw the Emperor guy, is him versus the guy who shoots really high and always scores. He's the 3-point guy who can shoot from anywhere on the court.
Interesting.
So that was the last game that I watched, and then now it's the copycat guy versus Kuroko, and it's super intense.
Interesting.
I meant to ask you what was that other basketball game or show you talked about?
Oh, Slam Dunk. I've been seeing a lot of boards. Everyone's like saying that Slam Dunk is the better version of Koroko's.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to watch it after. I'll finish
Especially
Kuroko.
as much as you like it, it
Yeah,
looks like
no
even
kidding.
better.
Yeah, I'll finish Kuroko probably within the week, and then start Slam Dunk.
A lot of people talk shit about Koroko's. I was like, wow. I thought it was pretty interesting.
I don't understand why. Like I've only seen a couple episodes, but it seemed pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, I won't know what they're talking about until I watch Slam Dunk. If I watch it and it's like so much better, then I'll have to like go back and look at Kuroko's and be like, But
Right.
as of now, I mean, the characters are all super interesting. I think it's the thing that I think is most well done in Kuroko's is that although there are like the main characters, you do get a sense of like most of the people on each team. So like the scale of characters in the show is super well done.
That's cool.
So yeah, I don't know. I'm like I said, I'm just gonna have to watch Slam Dunk and see what the difference is.
Compare the two.
Yeah.
Cool. What have you been watching? Anything else other than that in Gundam?
Just same stuff I've been watching, just keeping up with everything else. Durarara, still.
Anything worth mentioning?
I mean,
Just
I'm just saying, you guys need to watch Erased. It's only like 6 episodes in. You guys catch up. And it's super interesting.
I'll get on it.
This last episode, cliffhanger, so hard. Like I
So
might
hard.
kill myself before next Thursday.
It's
so crazy.
probably not.
Probably not though.
That's cool.
But I'm just saying,
Did you just Goku?
Erase is great. I mean, I don't know if you caught up with Durarara White, but it's still pretty crazy. Naruto sucks. That's about it.
All right. Well, the only thing I've been watching, because I'm basically 2 episodes behind on Gundam, because for some reason the Crunchyroll is a week behind, and then I can't access any of it on Anime Go-Go. So I started watching Gurren Lagann, and I'm 7 episodes in, I think, and I love it. I think it's super funny.
Do you
And
love who's your favorite character?
oh man,
The look on your face. The look on your
Don't
face.
say
Right?
anything.
No, that look on your face right now is like.
I forgot you could see me.
I'm glad you can see. I made the same look though.
probably. Gosh, I'm so bad with names. The one that pilots the big one,
Kamina.
Kamina.
Kamina is your favorite?
Probably so far.
Okay.
I like the chick.
Yoko.
Yeah, Yoko.
You should see some Yoko cosplays.
Dude, that's so awesome.
I think I would love them. Judging off what she wears, I would love some Yoko cosplay.
A lot of girls stick exactly to it.
Yeah.
I am long stockings, short shorts, and a bikini top.
Yeah, basically just a
I'm
bikini
down.
top.
Giant ass rifle.
Yeah.
Yep, I'm cool with that.
Sniper rifle.
The show's great. I like anything with giant robots. I automatically like.
For anyone that hasn't seen Gurren Lagann, the basic storyline is that it's almost like it's a parody of mech animes, but it's also the best that it can. So it's kind of like One Punch Man for shonen battle, but for mechs.
Kinda, yeah.
So
it's supposed to be sort of post-apocalypse.
Apocalypse.
Yeah. So it starts off, and they're living in this underground village, and you find out most of humanity lives in these underground villages, and then this giant robot crashes through the top, and that's when you meet Yoko, and then they end up going up to the surface. They find a tiny mech robot, and they end up fighting him and going up to the surface, and they find out that there's very little humanity up there, and what humanity is up there fights these beastmen that pilots gunmen, which are the giant robots. And so 7 episodes in, it's been pretty cool. Right now they're looking for the launcher that shoots the gunmen out. And that's pretty much where I'm at.
So you've met the main, I guess, is he your main protagonist or antagonist?
Are you talking about the one beast man that they took the helmet from?
Yeah. You met him? Okay.
Yeah, he's a recurring bad guy throughout the whole show mostly.
Yeah, they've met up with him. The episode I'm in, they've met up with him the second time, and they're fighting him for the second time.
He's one of my favorite bad guys.
Yeah, he's pretty cool.
Well, a lot of the bad guys are pretty forgettable. They're one-off. They're in there.
Well,
they get beat up.
Yeah, they were meant to. That's how they were meant to be written in.
Yeah, you'll see.
All right.
Because you know Kamina's catchphrase by now, right?
Well, which one? He says a lot of the same things over and over.
Well, his main thing about just being manly.
Oh yes, being manly.
Just gotta be manly.
Be manly.
Kick logic in the face.
So I'm a big fan. I'm gonna definitely finish that out probably in the next couple of days, and then I'll check something else out. Have you been reading any manga?
Let's see. The latest chapters of Real Life are out. We're up to 39 now.
Is that's the Mafia one or the other one?
The other one, the one you want, that's turning into an anime soon.
The Mafia one is Girl May Kill. I looked for it at the library and they didn't have it.
It's new. It's still pretty new, so I don't know if they have it out here yet.
Yeah.
I think it's still just being translated.
I would like to have it in a hard copy, but if I can't find it ever, I might just read it online.
You might be able to buy it by actually going to at the comic store, see if they have them.
I want to buy it.
He doesn't want to buy it.
They're usually $10 for manga.
I spend too much money on comics to pay for manga. Manga.
Manga's expensive as crap.
All the more reason not to buy it.
True.
Yeah. But for the let's see. With Girl May Kill, there's still a lot more chapters I haven't caught up because they're farther ahead. Real Life barely came out, and it's still barely going. It's going pretty slow. The last thing I read, they're still in just like, because you guys remember the premise where it's like the guy reliving his life being a NEET, trying to become like a normal person again.
Yeah.
Right?
Now that you say that.
Then he's in high school.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Now that you say it, yeah. Well, he's still living his high school, so he's having like normal high school experiences again.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we learned that the guy that's supporting him, that gave him one of the guys, the guy that gave him the offer to start over his life, watches over him while he's in high school as another student, and you start to find out that this isn't his first person that he's tried to do this with. He's the first that's actually started to be a little bit successful. All the other guys have just spent their year trying to relive and end up failing again and again.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it's kind of interesting that but because he'll read back his reports and it'll just be like, maybe it's you just not being supportive enough for them. Like it's blaming it on the guy that's supposed to be helping him.
Right.
And I was like, that's pretty interesting, because it makes you feel sympathy for the other guy. And then in Girl May Kill, things from where I ended right now. The main girl, her brother, the most of the story is her trying to find her brother, and her brother finally showed up, but he's on the opposite gang, and he's trying to kill her now. Like he's like his boss told him like, you gotta kill all the drug dealers. If she gets involved, can you kill her? And he's like, yeah, it's fine. Like he has no remorse, starts killing his own sister,
He knows it's his sister?
Yeah, he knows, he's seen her.
Wow.
He's run into her, and he's just like, I don't care.
Jeez.
And apparently they're twins.
Interesting.
Yeah, but she's all about trying to meet him and trying to convince him to like stop and just like leave the town. And he's just like, I'll kill her. It's fine.
Jeez.
No.
I was like, all right, well, damn. He looks
Bogus.
pretty bad. He's pretty badass though for a little kid. Cause he has his hood
How old
up.
is he?
They look to be about 13,
Oh, jeez.
13,
It's
14.
like Naruto.
They're like junior high students technically.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
That's kind of how Durarara is, though. They're like high schoolers and they're in gangs.
Yeah. That's pretty crazy. That's pretty cray. But that's all the manga I've read so far.
All right.
Cool.
You wanna start the great comic book conversation?
A great comic book conversation.
Yes.
There's a great
Actu-
conversation
I
about it.
haven't read a whole lot this week. I finished Volume 3 of Nightwing, which was Death in the Family, which actually did correspond with the Batgirl Volume 3 a lot. There was basically a section that was exactly the same. Because it was more or less, it was both of the volumes had the parts that led up to the one event, and then it was the same thing, and then it went to what they both did afterwards. So, I mean, it was interesting. I kind of skimmed through the part that I had already read, but
Yeah.
you know, it's cool, you know, to see it from both sides. Because when you're reading, like when I was reading Batgirl without having read Nightwing, there is a part where you're kind of like, well, how did everybody else get there? And I'm sure if I read every single individual one, it would explain it.
Right.
So reading Nightwing was interesting. And I do hope that they do keep crossing over, because I like both characters a lot.
I'm sure they will, even if it's just every once in a while.
Yeah.
I mean, they're both part of the Bat family, so.
Right. And I mean, Batman played a pretty big role in this one, so I read that, and I'm still reading that other one, Killing and Dying, which is the short story one that I was telling you guys about. It's so depressing.
Yeah, it sounds like it. I have no desire.
It's literally just like it's literally just like short stories of like the most depressing things, like situations. Like the last one that I read was there was this girl, and she went to I think it was like an AA meeting, and she met this guy there, and they started dating, and he was like he's a pot dealer, and all this stuff. And then eventually he started beating her.
Oh.
Like they moved in together, and he's beating her, and like all this stuff. And the ending of the story is that both of them are like huge fans of, I think it's a baseball team called the Owls or something. I'm sure it's made up, but he gets this call from, like a hotline or whatever, and it's like, if you can answer this question, you get like VIP tickets to an Owls game or whatever. And what's the thing called that you go to before a game?
Tailgating?
Yeah, tailgate. So they got invited to a VIP tailgate or whatever. So they show up to the tailgate, the two of them, and like there's tons of people there, and a guy gets up and he's, I guess gonna announce or whatever, and he gets up and he's basically like, we know you're all here because you're excited about the Owls, but actually all of you have one thing in common. You all owe money or like have broken the law in some way, and they all get arrested. So she's standing there while her boyfriend or whatever gets arrested, and he's like yelling like, get rid of all the pot and he's like, go home and get rid of the stuff. And she just kind of like walks away. It's really depressing.
Sounds like it.
But
It sounds really depressing.
yeah, I'm really into it.
I knew you were gonna say that.
I'm into it, and I don't know, I like it. The style is like super simplistic. It's almost like something you'd see in like the newspaper, like the art style. I don't know. I like it because the style is simplistic, but the stories are like, not something that you would see in the newspaper. They're like more
real.
Yeah, I guess.
More believable, possible.
Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. I did pick up Nightwing or Batgirl 4, but I haven't started it yet.
What about you, Shiro?
I've only read 2 things. I'm almost done with Volume 1 of Superboy, New 52.
How's that?
It's a different it's like a different origin story than, because I like the Superboy from, was it Young Justice?
Yeah, where he was made.
Yeah, because he was also made, but his powers come from Superman's in the Young Justice, where this one in the New 52 he's telekinetic.
He's yeah, he's got the tactile telekinesis,
Yeah.
which
Didn't he have that in
Yeah.
Justice?
didn't he have that in the very beginning of Injustice? I'm pretty sure he did.
I can't remember.
In Young Justice, he couldn't fly initially in Young Justice. A lot
Well,
of his
he can't
powers were
fly.
suppressed because he was
He
kind
never
of human.
could fly.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
never could fly. Well, he could when he was taking those.
Yeah,
The
the things
steroid
that
thing,
Lex
yeah.
gave him.
Yeah,
the
those things that
steroid
Lex did.
And pretty much all the way he's like OP right from the beginning, and he was built like a machine, and he thinks like he just really wants to kill things mostly, but he's really like smart and he's really analytical about things.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a really different outtake than what I pictured from Young Justice. When I remember, I'm like, oh yeah, this guy's like, he's like Superman, like a smaller version of Superman. I'm like, no, he's slightly evil right now. That's kind of creepy.
Well, I mean, that's kind of how he was. Like, right in the beginning of Young Justice, they had to, like, tame him.
Yeah.
Remember, he
Yeah.
didn't even, like, speak English, and then Megan had to go into his mind and be like, yo, calm it down.
Yeah, but in this one, his sole purpose was created to kill the Teen Titans. He was created to kill them.
Pretty sure that's fairly similar, wasn't he? He was
I don't think
created
it was
as a
the
Yeah, he was
weapon.
created to stop.
No,
Yeah,
he
to
was
stop
just
the.
created as a weapon and
Not for the Teen Titans, but
Not
close
for-
This
enough.
one he was created for the Teen Titans because it shows the one from the New 52 Teen Titans with Kid Flash and all them.
Yeah.
His job was to kill them.
So Superboy does, the one that you're reading right now does lead into Teen Titans?
Yeah, that one leads into that Teen Titans, which leads into the one we're reading.
So that explains why...
Yeah, we don't know a
it's
lot.
like,
Yeah.
everybody's, like, trying to get Superboy, right?
Yeah, that's where he ends up coming in,
Okay,
and that's where he makes friends with those Teen Titans and Red Robin.
right.
Yeah, with Casey and them. So that's the one I need to read. Those are the ones you have, right, Ryan?
Yeah, I have the next volume's worth.
Okay, I'm gonna have to steal those from you one day.
All right.
'Cause I need to know.
What's the other book you read?
And the other one, I'm reading the Deadpool and Cable. Remember the one? The new one that came out recently. It's only on issue 2 right now. It's the one where Cable's lost all his abilities.
Which I'm not a fan of.
What are his abilities in the first place?
So he's like a super strong telepath and because his mom's Jean Grey.
Oh, okay.
He's Cyclops and Jean Grey's kid from the future.
Okay.
However, he gets infected with a virus. That's what turns his arm metal. He's one of his arms is metal normally, and it's a techno virus and it's taking over his body. And the reason it stops at he doesn't use his mental powers at all in the comics, and the reason why is because he uses every bit of his immense power to hold the virus in just his arm. So that's why he doesn't really use his powers. But now he's lost the virus, but he's apparently lost all his powers too. So
he's got future sight still, but it's not as accurate.
Right.
It's not as accurate as it should be.
It's just kind of a what if.
It shows him a glimpse of what
could happen.
Is going to happen. Like it's like a very vague.
Yeah, it's
someone gets shot, but there's
what's
no.
Gonna happen.
That seems less hopeful.
Yeah, because
it seems like you would just kind of muddle things.
Because in the first one, it's that.
And it does.
Someone gets shot, and it shows Deadpool. Like that's all he sees is someone dead on the ground and Deadpool standing up next to him with a gun. So his Cable thinks, oh, Deadpool, you killed somebody. Like he needs to stop Deadpool from killing somebody. So he goes up to Deadpool to stop him. And then the first 2 issues is Deadpool keeps killing the same kid over and over again. They keep get sent back in time for some reason.
What?
He keeps killing different people. Like someone keeps dying because of Deadpool's fault.
Yeah.
So that's the first 2 issues.
Interesting.
Weird. I'm not a super fan of Cable in that book, how he's depowered, but I mean, it is what it is. He's still cool.
I don't know if they'll give him some powers back or something. I don't even know. Because they kind of made him seem kind of senile right now. So it's just kind of really late of their storylines. Because Deadpool has all his abilities.
Well, always does.
Well, he fully knows how to use them all. There's no like preposition from him building up to anything. So it's all like end of the line story, I'm guessing. So I don't know what they're gonna do with this story.
Yeah.
I just like that it's a Deadpool comic that I haven't read yet. So this way,
right.
I hope they go with either an interesting direction, or they're probably gonna end up canceling it. I don't know. I don't know yet.
Cool.
Do you guys want to talk about the Deadpool movie, or do you want to talk about what you read first?
We'll get there. So I've been reading the New 52 Suicide Squad. I own like the first 2 graphic novels worth, so I bought the 3rd graphic novel. And I started reading that, and there's some weird stuff going on they haven't explained yet. Like Floyd Lawton, or Deadshot, shoots himself to shoot like through himself and shoot the guy behind him. The guy behind him didn't die, and then he didn't die, and they're explaining that like all of a sudden all these Suicide Squad members that should be dead aren't dead, but they haven't explained like if they're shooting them up with something. Because Joker, for instance, had captured Harley Quinn, and in order to get out, he put her in shackles, and she had to slit her wrists and use the blood like to lube her hands so she could get out. And then the next day she gets back to the Suicide Squad, and then the next day she's healed. And so they're pumping something into them to heal them faster, to keep them on the field. So I haven't found out what that is yet, but it's Suicide Squad. It's not as good as pre-New 52 Suicide Squad stuff was, but I'm still a fan of it because it's got a lot of the same characters. I really like King Shark in this book. He's funny.
Is it Is it the same lineup as the movie, or is it totally
No,
different?
the lineup in this right now is El Diablo, um, Deadshot, Harley Quinn, King Shark, Yo-Yo, which I had never heard of before this, so he might be just a new character. He's either somebody I've never heard of, or he's new for this. Captain Boomerang, and that might be it. There was this guy named like I never heard of him. It's Volt something, and he's an electric guy. He gets stabbed through the heart with a katana in this book, and then he's still standing and still just walking around after. So like, whatever they're pumping them up with is basically making them unkillable, I guess, which is weird to me. Because usually that's the whole thing with the Suicide Squad is they kill off characters all the time, and then they introduce new characters. So I don't know. We'll see how that goes. And then the other book I'm reading is I need to pick up issue 2. I read issue 1 of Deadpool and Spider-Man, and it's fantastic. It's so, Deadpool's got the quips, Spider-Man's got the quips, and they just go back and forth the whole book.
Are they on the same side?
Kinda. So Deadpool is palling around with Spider-Man, and they fight Dormammu, and it's awesome because Dormammu's minions are called the Mindless Ones. And at one point, Deadpool said, "Oh yeah, I was at the morgue before this." So he's got a bunch of human brains, and he's stuffing them inside the Mindless Ones' heads. Gosh. So they're not mindless anymore. They have brains. It's like, you get a brain, and you get a brain, and everyone gets a brain. So that was cool. But, like, the very end of the book, he's like, so apparently he thinks, I don't know what's going on with a lot of Marvel, but he thinks for whatever reason that Spider-Man is Peter Parker's like employee. Like Peter Parker. Well, in this, Peter Parker's not like a photographer. He owns this company, like Parker Corp or Parker something, Parker Incorporated. I don't know what it is, but he owns a company, and he thinks that. So maybe they've made it out that Spider-Man works for Peter Parker. I don't know, but he's like.
But Spider-Man is Peter Parker still.
Right. But Deadpool doesn't know that. So at the very end of the book. He's like, Spider-Man, I hope you're not too pissed off at me, because his target is Peter Parker. And he doesn't realize that Peter Parker and Spider-Man are the same person. So he's like, Spider-Man, I hope you're not too pissed at me when I kill your boss.
That's me, though.
So that's what happened in issue 1. I'm pretty stoked for issue 2.
All right,
a lot happened in issue 1.
Yeah. So I guess now that we've talked about 2 Deadpool books, we might as well segue to the Deadpool movie, which was fantastic.
Chicka chicka, yeah.
Chicka chicka.
I watched it twice.
You watched it twice? I'm gonna go see it again
soon. You see it with Ashley?
Yeah, we saw it yesterday. With comfy chairs for an extra $2.
Nice. That movie was everything that I wanted it to be.
I had no expectations, so I kind of just enjoyed it for the entertainment value, and it definitely had that. So
yeah.
Although the second time I went to see it,
I got home and my dad was like, I was like, yeah, I went and saw Deadpool. He's like, oh, you should have waited, and I would have gone with you. I was like, no, you should probably go see it by yourself. It's pretty vulgar.
Oh, you don't think he'll like it?
Well, he'll like it, but I just feel like it would have been weird to see Deadpool with my dad.
My mom wants to go see it, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
Well, I was told her.
To talk with your mom yet?
She's like, I really like Ryan Reynolds. I'm like, yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna like him.
Ryan Reynolds pretty ugly in this one. I like how he references himself in it, though.
That has nothing to do with why she won't like it. She's probably not gonna like it because it's so vulgar.
Yeah.
A little too much nudity.
Well, there wasn't that much nudity. It's she's not a fan of movies where they use the F word every other sentence, and it does that.
Oh, that's mostly his lines.
Yeah, so I don't think she's gonna like it because of that. But
second time I went, there's little kids there.
He's pretty creative with his insults.
Yeah, he is. Oh,
You know.
that's Deadpool.
Yeah.
Movie didn't disappoint at all. I was a fan of the acting. I don't really think Gia Carano, who played Angel Dust, like somebody was trying to make the argument that she should have been cast as Wonder Woman because she's in great shape.
She's
a little
like
big.
too big.
Well, people's arguments against Wonder Woman is that Wonder Woman should be big because she's big in the comics. And like, but she doesn't have to be. The whole thing about Wonder Woman is she's one of the most beautiful women in the planet. And so I think look wise that Gal Gadot got it, whatever you say her last name.
I don't know.
I think she's got the look down. And
Isn't she a model?
she was a supermodel.
Yeah,
I think.
well that makes sense.
As long as she can act, I think it's gonna be great because she's got the look down, and I don't think her whole thing is she's got super strength. I don't think you need to be huge, and that's the point. Is that she would surprise opponents with how freaking strong she is.
Yeah.
Because they wouldn't expect her from just how small she is in the movie. So I like the casting. I think as long as she can act, it's gonna be good.
Mhm.
But
Well,
I don't think.
putting a lot of faith in supermodels here.
I don't think that
I've never had a supermodel.
Gia Carano is a good actor, and I think that's why she had like no speaking lines in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She
she didn't
didn't
much.
really talk at all.
Well,
Same with Negasonic.
Like Sonic, yeah. I mean, she hit the thing. The difference between the two is Negasonic's lines that she did have were like a lot of them were fighting with Deadpool or snarky remarks like a teenager. She nailed the moody teenager, and that's what her character was supposed to be. So I don't think she was a bad act. I think she's actually a good actress. They just didn't. I mean, she wasn't a main character.
yeah, I don't know.
I like
She was so minor that I didn't really care.
I thought they did a great job with Colossus,
That was
This-
great.
the CGI character.
Yeah.
That was pretty great.
Um,
And the girl that
I'm
played
my
Vanessa,
favorite-
though. Ooh.
what?
The girl that played Vanessa.
What about her?
She's pretty hot.
What's her name? Something Bachran.
She's too skinny.
I don't remember her. She originally, the first thing I saw her in was she was in Firefly.
Are those real tattoos?
No.
Of course not.
She currently is in. She's on Gotham. I don't know if she's still in Gotham. She was.
Who's she in Gotham?
Doctor. She's a character from the Batman comics.
Whatever, it's not that important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember her name, but she's a doctor that she knew. She kind of is a love interest off and on of Alfred. In the
Oh,
comics,
really?
she's older.
Hmm.
But
Okay.
for Gotham, by the
Yeah,
time
isn't Gotham all about
Yeah.
them being younger?
yes, so by the time Bruce is old enough to be Batman, she would be older.
Right.
So
So it makes sense.
it works out. She's a good actress. She's a really good actress. And yeah, she is smoking hot.
She was good in the movie. Yeah.
hmm
Mm-hmm.
I think my favorite thing was when
The blind old lady.
No, my favorite thing was when Deadpool was fighting. I put air quotes fighting Colossus and broke both his hands and his
Oh, yeah.
leg on him.
That was
And then when he
good.
had to cut off his hand,
Oh yeah,
and it
Cut
came
off
back
his
as him
spoiler
flipping him
hurts.
off.
Yes.
That's been online.
What?
My favorite meme so far is someone found the Ajax soap and put duct tape on it and wrote Francis.
Yeah,
yeah.
I didn't
Like-
get it at first.
You
I
know,
didn't
you
think
do
about
know that
yeah.
just because stuff is online doesn't mean everybody's seen it.
It's had more than 1,100 views.
Well, I feel like
Okay,
I feel
that's
like
not
if
the-
someone who
that's not the
hasn't
point.
seen the movie wouldn't understand that meme.
I guess
Even
that's
though I
true.
have seen the movie, I didn't even think about it.
Right.
At first.
Yeah.
I saw it right away. I was like,
I don't know.
that's
Even though they use the name Francis a million times, I like put it out of my head for some reason.
I also have Ajax
he
soap in my
did say, "I'm gonna spell." Another favorite part was when he's like,
Yeah.
"I'm gonna spell it out for you," and he spells it with dead bodies.
Yeah.
I'm glad they put in Bob though.
Oh yeah, Bob, Agent of Hydra, is in it. Although he's not an Agent of Hydra in this. Although he might,
He's
if Marvel ever gets the rights, he probably would be.
Cross it over with the rest of the stuff.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Well, because Hydra is Marvel owned, and Fox doesn't own Hydra, so they can't make him Bob Agent of Hydra.
Stupid.
But yeah, I still think it was
copyright
cool
stuff.
that Bob was in it. Either way, if you have not seen it, go see it. Probably twice, because it's fantastic.
You're gonna need to see it twice, because there's so many references that I definitely did not get on the first go.
And you very well may be laughing so hard that you miss some of the stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's definitely worth a second see to do. One time, Flash first.
Whatever. I mean, order of how it comes on in the week.
That works. So, thoughts on the new Flash episode?
I need a reminder.
Earth 2. Killer Frost.
Oh yeah, I really liked it.
Killer
I
Frost,
was thinking it could've
Deathstorm,
worked.
and
He said he didn't like it that much, but
Who was this?
no, Caesar.
He didn't like it?
Yeah, he said there was almost too many bad guys, but I kind of liked it. The only thing that
There were only 3.
well, here the thing that I wasn't
technically, yeah.
the thing that surprised me was that it did seem like they killed them.
Well, yeah, they're Earth 2 variants, so who cares if they're dead?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I liked them. I liked Reverb a lot, and now he's gone.
Well, that made me super happy because I've been asking people, do you think, because in the comics, Cisco's powers aren't quite what they are in the show. And in the comics, he can shoot vibrational waves out. And I was like,
yeah.
I kept asking people, like, do you think they're ever gonna, like I asked Phil, it's like, do you think they're ever going to do that? And he's like, probably not. Now that I've seen this episode, I'm like, nope, they are.
Well, yeah, he has to learn.
Yeah, so he's eventually going to learn how to use his vibrational powers to shoot waves out, and I'm pretty pumped about. I'm sure he'll be in the field more then.
Yeah.
Because he'll actually be a
presumably.
superhero. Yeah.
Presumably.
So I was pretty pumped about that. I'm looking forward to the next episode where they try to go rescue Barry.
I was told that the King Shark is coming back.
He is. He's coming back, and it's gonna be a kind of crossover episode. Diggle's gonna come over, and it's gonna involve Diggle.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, King Shark is coming back,
Good.
which is awesome.
Nice.
If only that meant Patty would come back.
So sad.
I did think it was cool
So
that
sad.
in Earth 2, Barry and Patty were married, or Barry and Iris were
Yeah.
married.
Yeah.
I don't think Patty made any sort of appearance on Earth 2.
She didn't. She might not.
She probably won't.
Who knows? 'Cause
That
then
would
sh-
be interesting though, because then it would be like two different things that were like super upsetting to Barry.
Because
Right.
didn't she end up moving to the town for Earth 1?
No, different town.
Huh?
What are you talking?
For Earth 1, she ended up moving into the town
What town?
because of her father dying. Right?
Oh, no, she moved because she wanted to join the special force.
Yeah, so she moved into the town,
medic-
right? She moved into that town, so she wasn't originally from that area. So
Right.
too, she wouldn't be anywhere nearby.
Well, that doesn't mean
Essentially.
you're talking about Earth 1 Patty. Like that affects what Earth 2 Patty would be. Like Earth 2 Patty could very well be from Central City. Like
Or she may not be in that area
Well,
at all. That's what I'm saying. I'm
Earth
like,
2 Patty could be from literally anywhere.
yeah.
right,
Or not even make the decision to ever go to that town.
right.
Yeah, so who knows?
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Anyway, it was good.
It was.
What happened in the Flash? Or not the Flash, the Arrow.
Arrow was what was Arrow?
I feel like it had. Oh, it was
the calculator.
Oliver versus Roz, or not Roz.
Technically Roz.
Okay, yeah, kind of Roz. Malcolm.
Malcolm, yeah. What your thoughts?
I was disappointed.
Yeah.
I wanted the fight to last a lot longer, but Oliver just destroyed him.
Which I figured was gonna happen. Gosh, I have the hiccups and it's the worst.
Yeah, I'm pretty bad too.
Did it scare you?
A little bit. We'll see if it was good enough.
Alright. It worked last time.
Yeah, we found out that actually. Nope.
Dang it. It's because I didn't put my hands up.
No problem.
I should have said boo.
You'll have to do it again.
Anyway.
Yeah, fight was pretty short.
I just didn't think that by this time that the gap between Oliver and Malcolm had gotten so big. But I also understand that Malcolm did give up halfway through, so...
Well, Malcolm and, I don't know how much Malcolm has actually been training, whereas Oliver has been.
I mean, it's hard to think that he wouldn't, when he became Roz, because that's kind of,
Yeah.
his duty to be, the best.
I suppose that's true.
You would say duty.
I mean, overall, it was a good episode.
Yeah, I mean, it's setting up some interesting stuff. It's, with his son maybe coming into it, and they're definitely bringing Dark right back. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm definitely looking forward to the next episode more than this past one.
Me too.
Mm-hmm.
Has anyone watched Legends of Tomorrow except me?
I feel like I missed
This week?
past. What was it about? I don't know if I watched
This
it.
week was the Soviet Firestorm, where they go to the 80s and they find out that Vandal Savage is trying to build a firestorm of his own.
No, I don't think I did watch that one.
So they're trying. That actually happens in the New 52. I don't know if it ever. I was never a huge Firestorm reader. I know it's the worst. So this lasts the whole rest of the episode. Sorry to all the listeners.
Hold your breath and count to 10.
It doesn't work. I've tried it.
Upside down.
So whatever. In the New 52, at least, there were firestorms from all over the world. A bunch of countries had their own firestorm.
That's pretty cool.
So, at least in this, Savage is trying to build a Russian firestorm. Yeah. So, it looks like in the next episode, they might have actually succeeded, because it looks like this chick is going firestorming.
Yeah, I feel like I saw the preview for it.
So, we'll see. That's good.
I feel like... Oh, if I'm thinking of what I think I thought, then the preview that I think I thought I saw, it looked like Hawk Girl was on fire.
It's not. It's this other chick that was introduced. It could be Hawk Girl. They might be doing something weird with it, but
there's another girl that looks like Hawk Girl. Oh,
kinda.
She's beautiful.
Kinda.
I find her quite attractive.
Besides the point.
Anyway.
So yeah, Legends of Tomorrow continues to be what it was. What it is. It's a fun show. It's not too serious.
I think it's gonna grow on me eventually.
Oh. This is completely off topic of Legends of Tomorrow, but I don't think there's too much else to say about it. We did want to talk about if you guys have a different pick. But they've basically confirmed outside of the movie that there is going to be a cable. Like one of the developers or producers, or maybe it was the director or writer, I don't know, somebody involved with Deadpool that's going to be working on the second one said if we don't put cable in the next Deadpool movie, that we're going to get assassinated by fans because everybody wants to see So do you guys? So I saw an article on Facebook that said Stephen Lang, who was, for those of you that don't know names, if you saw
That guy's-
Avatar, he was the guy in charge of the military in Avatar. And I think he looks spot on. And apparently he wants to play Cable, and he's been working out to get bigger. I don't know what you want to do. It's the worst. Stop commenting on it. It doesn't help. So that's my pick. I agree with the article 100%. Do you guys have anybody? Oh, well,
I don't even know who Cable is.
Walter, do you agree, disagree?
Yeah, I like the option, but I'm just like because I can't think of anyone else that would fit the part too well.
Hugh Jackman.
Huge.
No, he needs to come in as Wolverine randomly.
No, you're just going. Well,
He could be everybody at the same time.
yeah. I wonder if
Shia LaBeouf.
No, go
So-
home. Go home.
I
Just
hate
go
you
home.
guys.
You're fired. You're fired.
But he's Shia LaBeouf.
No.
No.
He should be
Never.
in everything.
I hate you.
Running for your life, it's Shia LaBeouf.
Exactly. He's crazy.
Legendary superstar Shia LaBeouf.
For the record, I would totally hang out with Shia LaBeouf.
Even though he's
Yeah.
insane,
Yeah.
you have fun with that. If you ever.
I would have fun with that. It would
I-
probably be amazing.
I would like to shank him.
Well, that's pretty messed up.
Well, he's crazy and kind of a douchebag.
Well,
So,
you don't even know him like that.
I read the news. I know enough about him.
You don't even know him like that though.
Moving on. Did you play anything this week, Walter? You said you played a bunch,
Wait,
right?
we watched a movie today.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Jeez, man.
So last week
Backtrack.
we talked about Son of Batman, and today we watched the second in the series, Batman vs. Robin.
Yeah, and it was awesome.
It was awesome.
I love the Court of Owls.
So it was all about the Court of Owls and one of the
How
talents.
awesome they are.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Well,
they're
except they got
douchebags.
owned in the end.
Well, they always do.
Well,
Kinda.
they're still awesome.
So one of the Talons tries to take Damien under his wing and make him his protege as a Talon.
Which he kind of does.
Which kind of does. But Damien ends up coming back around in typical fashion. As much as he's a little douchebag and I want to hate him, sometimes he does cool stuff
No,
that
I
makes me...
still hate him.
Do you?
Yeah.
All right. All right. Yeah, Damon's kind of a turd.
I can't do arrogance. I can't do it.
Fair enough.
Especially in the face of Batman.
Yeah.
Or Nightwing.
Speaking of which, anything you want to add? Nightwing was in this movie again.
I love Nightwing. He's great.
At one point, Batman goes out without Robin. He's like, I got you a babysitter. And it was Nightwing.
Yeah.
That's bogus.
It's
That's
bogus
so
on Nightwing because he was trying to get with Starfire.
Oh, yeah, Starfire called him, was like, you're what? You're wearing that lacy thing?
Yeah.
And a thong?
Yeah.
I don't want to hear anything else.
It's pretty dirty for a cartoon movie.
Yeah.
But I mean, Dick's just trying to get his, you know. Can't even be mad.
Yep.
Gotta respect. I would too.
So you liked it overall then?
I liked it a lot. I'm definitely looking forward to the next one because he takes an even bigger role.
Yep. Next week we will have watched
And now they got bad blood.
yes, Batman Bad Blood.
Yeah. I
So
hate Taylor Swift.
you hate her?
Yeah, I kind of do. Even though her songs are catchy.
I like her.
I don't hate her. I'm not a hater. I respect her. Anyway,
Yeah.
we're gonna watch Batman Bad Blood.
Yes, we will.
You guys,
And then-
have you guys seen Under the Red Hood?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I own it.
I watched that recently.
That one's been out for a few years now.
Yeah, on demand now, so I saw it on there.
Did you like it?
Yeah, it's actually pretty cool.
Dude, Jensen Ackles is pretty perfect for Red Hood.
Yeah.
Jason Todd is the one Robin that I know the least about. We already talked
Well,
about
he
this.
also wasn't Robin very long before he died.
True,
So.
but
Yeah.
in general, I don't know a whole lot about the Red Hood.
Yeah. Okay. Now, before I try to move on this time, is there anything else we missed?
Mm,
Nope.
I
Can't
don't
think of
know.
anything else.
All
There
right.
probably is, but whatever.
It's too late now.
Shiro, you want to start us off with your games?
Since you played so much.
Yeah. So you
Alright.
played a bunch. So.
I'm gonna run through some of the stupider, simpler games that I played real quick.
Speedrun.
Speed run. All right.
Lightning round. Go.
They updated the Pocket Mortys game, so there's a whole mess of a bunch of other new Mortys.
Crazy Cat Lady Morty.
There's a Diamond Morty that pretty much looks like a Beedrill. It
That's
evolves like a
great.
Beedrill. It's hilarious.
That's pretty cool.
I'm into that.
And there's a whole bunch of other ones. Ashley's way farther ahead. She's about to beat the last council member.
Is that the end of the game?
I don't know. I still got like 4 more to go. She's on the last one. I don't know if she's beating
For
me.
sucking at video games, she's beating you.
Well, she plays it more often than I do.
Uh,
She likes things like that. And then on the PlayStation Network, there's this game called Guns Up. There used to be that is a mobile game, but it's now adapted into the systems. You just attack people's bases, little army bases with a bunch of army characters. If you have the PlayStation Plus account, you get a bunch of free stuff for it, like the in-game currency.
Do you have a PlayStation Plus account?
Yes, it's the only way to play PlayStation games now.
what?
Yeah, you kind of needed to go online now.
That's lame.
It's like the Xbox Live. Like certain games require you to have Xbox Live. Certain online games require you to have PlayStation Plus now. Yeah, so there's that, and then I tried a little bit of World of Tanks because it's on the systems now.
Oh yeah, how's that game? I've heard it's good.
It's played the same way you play MechWarrior. It's the same movement type, except you're a tank instead of a mech.
Interesting.
Yeah, where you buy your tank and you upgrade it. You know, you pick the kind of tank you want, etc., etc.
You imagine lots of different variations of tanks, and I'm having a hard time.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of different models. There's light tanks, medium, artillery.
Like Tiny Tank? I
Yeah,
love that.
little quick tanks. You know, just like in MechWarriors. You know, there's the light build mechs, where just all you do is run around and like scout out. You know.
Tiny Tank, the little tank that talked all the crap.
Yeah, and they're all engineerically correct apparently. So they're all like their armor sets are based on the year they're made, the model they are, all that stuff.
That's actually really cool.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
is.
So if you actually if you want to get good at the game, you can actually just research tanks, and then you know the weaknesses of where they get hit more, because it's like in MechWarriors, you know how you have like your arm and your torso and all that stuff that get damaged, whereas they have the wheel and the body and the cannon to get damaged, and you can take out the wheels and make them completely useless.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And then you gotta figure out the treads for your tank too, which is pretty cool. Yeah. I didn't get super into the World of Tanks. I'm more into the mech one, the MechWarriors though.
That's what I like to hear.
I'm more into MechWarriors because World of Tanks is like, oh, that's cool
That's
tanks,
cool.
and then like there's like literally like not too many maps, and it's just like, cool, I can stand all the way out here and shoot the guy again.
Right.
But I heard it's a pretty popular game, so there's a bunch of tournaments for it all the time. But I'm not gonna get into it.
That too.
Yeah. Apparently, one of my friend's dad's really into it, and he actually plays competitively. I was like, what?
Your friend's dad?
Yeah, his dad. I was
a
like,
lot
what?
of older guys that
Yeah.
play World of Tanks.
Apparently, yeah, it's like a lot of older people.
Probably old guys who were in the army and,
Yeah.
still like tanks or whatever.
Probably.
That makes sense.
And then the other 2 games I've been playing a lot of Blood Bowl 2.
Nice. I still need to try that out.
That's like the football game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like the football game based out of the Warhammer universe, and
yeah,
your stuff can totally die.
yeah. Your
Super.
characters can actually die. It's really, although sometimes it's really stupid because when you run with the ball, it rolls. Once you reach the end of like when you're running, it rolls, and if you hit a certain number, you trip and drop the ball.
Yeah.
And it happens.
Can't you hurt yourself too when you trip?
Yeah, you can injure yourself and get knocked out for a turn or
That
two.
makes sense.
You can trip to the point if you trip and you fall out of the field, the audience can kill you.
What?
Yeah, it's like a no like there's no rules related to the game. There'll be like certain limitations when you're playing a tournament in the game, where it's like you can't use such character or item, because the dwarves have pretty much what is essentially a lawnmower with spikes on it.
Super.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you can run over someone and almost completely kill them. If one of your guys dies, you
That would
have to
kill
go buy
sure.
another. You have to go enlist another player.
Yeah. If you're like 3/4 of the way through your season and somebody dies, you have to get a new person for that position and start them all over.
Yeah, and so everyone else will be like level 5, 6, and this guy's level 1.
Yep.
And if it's like a really important player to your team, it just ruins your season.
Done.
Yep.
Yeah, it gets hard. It's harsh. But you gotta practice a lot with it. It's really hard. There's a
So-
lot of different races, I guess.
Yeah, I haven't been watching the videos, but Krendor plays a lot. And at one point, at least the first season when they were playing Blood Bowl 1, his main character was Little Skills, who was a running back, and he used to score all of his points. And I know in season 2 for Blood Bowl 2, everybody was out to kill Little Skittles when they played him. So
Jeez.
I'm curious. I'm going to have to go watch the VODs and see if
As far as I've
Skittles
known, he's still
still
alive. No one has
Yeah.
been able to get anywhere close to him.
Yeah, he
I remember
protects them.
Dodgers said she lost the person playing against him.
I think she said she lost people trying to kill Little Skittles.
Yeah, because he plays the rats.
Ooh.
Which makes me. Doesn't Krendor play rats, if I recall?
No, Lizardmen.
Lizardman.
Yeah. That's what he originally played in Blood Bowl 1. I don't know if he switched it for Blood Bowl 2 or not.
I don't think there is Lizardman in this one. 'Cause there's the rats. There's the. What are they? Trolls.
Yeah, and each class has their own bonuses and specialties.
And there's the chaos ones. There's the elves. There's the high elves.
Right.
Yeah, humans. And
What
the
was the
dwarves.
last game you played?
And then the other game, I've been playing Dragon Age Inquisition.
How is that? I heard it's amazeballs.
Long as fuck.
I did hear that as well. I heard it's long, but I heard it's
Long
amazing.
as fuck. It's really great though. The story is amazing. You can customize so much in that.
Yeah.
There's so much you can customize. And then I recently I tried the multiplayer option.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I'll
I
take a
didn't
break
even
from
know
this.
there was
Yeah, there's a
multiplayer.
multiplayer. You go. It's a dungeon crawler version kind of it. Ish thing where
Okay.
you get like a team of random other people playing online.
Mm-hmm.
But you start off like in like normal like was it like FPS RPG fashion. You have to pick a class to work on, and you get gear as you play through the multiplayer. So it's a whole nother game on its own.
Nice.
Yeah. So you either buy treasure chests with the in-game currency, or you can even spend real money to get things too if you want. And then you gotta buy you can earn you have to earn the other classes too if you want to keep playing. Otherwise you can just pick a class and just go all out on it.
That's cool.
It gets really hard because I don't think there's because I had my microphone plugged in, but I don't think anyone could hear me. I was trying to communicate because I don't know how to communicate with them. I couldn't figure out if there was a chat option or anything. Because it's just 4 random people going through a huge dungeon, and when you have an objective and a time limit, it makes it kind of hard.
Right.
But other than that, the story mode is really great. I don't know if I want to do a let's play of it because I've seen people are doing it since it got out, and they're not that far in, even with like 100 or so episodes up.
Yeah.
So
Well, I mean, it's up to
too
you.
long. I don't know.
Plus, if you do a Let's Play, you'd have to start over, so...
I know that sounds like, but do I want to start
Right.
over? Like, I'm so far right now, but I'm not really far at all. It gets hard too, and I'm only playing normal. And you can also load, like, world states from the website.
It's on my list of things to play, because I've heard it's good.
Yeah.
And I played all the other Dragon Ages, and I liked them all, so...
Yeah, that's all I've been playing.
Well, I know what you've been playing. You want to talk about it?
Sure. Well, it's not just me. We've all played Overwatch.
Yeah, but you and me have definitely played more than Walter.
Well,
Oh yeah, you guys are closer. I've only played that one time.
yeah, it's the best game I've played since Halo. Straight up.
It is a fantastic shooter. You want to go, what's the top 3? Oh, you pretty much settled on one, but you want to do like your top 3 favorite characters and why?
Well, I haven't had a chance to use everybody yet, and it's partly because I want to at least use the same guy a couple times so I feel comfortable with somebody.
Well, you've definitely got your main now, and you're pretty good with him.
Okay, thank you. The guy I've been playing with most is Junkrat. I don't know why. I have no idea why I picked him, because it's not the normal type that I would go for. But I don't know. I just started playing with him and I got comfortable, and now I really like him. So I'm gonna keep using him. But I don't know. That's what's weird about Overwatch is it like in Halo I used to be like snipe and that's kind of stuff, and now I'm using Junkrat, and I've been using Lucio, who is kind of a healer, but
I mean,
kind of not.
He is if you put him in that mode. Otherwise, he's just a really fast assassin.
Well, I do. I mean, I use his speed to get back to where everyone is once I've died, and then I turn it on healing as soon as I'm in the midst of my team. Just because I feel like I guess the speed helps, but it's not. I don't know. I feel like it's not a big enough boost that I even notice it when I'm in the middle of a battle.
Right.
Because a lot of it has more to do with your own maneuvering and, aim, I guess. But I do like him. I don't know. I like most of the characters that I played with. I'm just not great with all of them.
Do you have a least favorite, like one you've tried that you just are not going to go back to?
Probably Winston.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like he's just like a watered down. Well, I don't know. He almost has the same abilities as Reinhardt. Like Reinhardt has his shield, Winston has his shield. Reinhardt has the pinning thing.
Winston has the leap.
Yeah, Winston has this like jump on you thing. I mean, granted, Winston's ultimate is pretty amazing.
Yeah, he gets like a buttload of health, and he just goes crazy berserker mode.
I would almost say that it's better than Reinhardt's. Reinhardt's definitely like you have to have like a bunch of people in the same area.
Well, Reinhardt's is like a set. Like Winston can use his solo and do okay.
Yeah.
Reinhardt really needs other people around to use his ultimate effectively. Because if you knock down like even half their team and you're the only one around, you're probably only getting one kill out of it.
That's kind of how the characters are in general, though. Winston is more of a standalone character, whereas Reinhardt is always kind of like you should have your teammates with you.
Right.
Because that's kind of the whole purpose of having the shield, is that you go up and you're blocking everything, and everyone can shoot past your shield. So you're like their line of defense, and they can, defend you, more or less. So I do like Reinhardt. I'm not great with tanks, so
it's very offensive support.
Yeah, he's not my number one, but it is fun if you want to like get in there and be the guy who's crushing people with a big hammer, and pinning someone is so satisfying. especially when they die.
Especially when it's another Reinhardt.
Yeah.
That was
But
great.
there's a lot of players that I feel like I just need to spend more time with. Like I do want to get back into sniping, so I do want to play a lot more Widowmaker and Hanzo. I do love fast characters, so I would love to play some more Genji. I would like to play some more of Ryan's main.
Which is hands down Reaper. I have been playing a ton of Reaper, and gosh, I am having fun. I would like to think I'm fairly decent at it. I got my first play of the game finally, and it was with a Reaper. It was on one of the new maps. I think it was on Hollywood. And in Hollywood, you have to capture. You're either on attack or defense, and if you're on attack, you have to capture the first point, and that unlocks this car, and then you have to push the car into this final point.
I think it's such a strange game mode.
Right. So there were like 3 or 4 of them on the first point, and it was like right at the end of the game. And I came down from a ledge behind a Soldier 76, and I was behind their team, and I shot him a couple times and got my ultimate up. And then I used my Death Blossom, and I killed 4 or 5 people. And that pretty much sealed the game for us.
Death Blossom is he basically just shoots a ton in every direction.
Yeah, he spins around in Death Blossom and just annihilates people. But it's very close range, so you have to be like basically right on top of them. But if you are, you're probably going to kill anyone except maybe a tank. Like, I hate... Diva, because she seems like her health needs to be tuned back a little, because she's got this huge health pool you have to burn through, and then when you burn through it, she hops out of the mech and you have to kill her again.
She's pretty weak in her.
Yeah, she's pretty much almost one.
She is, but if you're gonna give her the opportunity to hop out of the mech once it's destroyed and potentially get back in it once she survives long enough, like, the mech needs to be a little weaker. You're basically giving her a second out.
Yeah,
or make her jump out herself.
You're right, but every character does have like someone who can kill them.
Yeah, but who can kill Diva?
I think Junkrat.
Really?
Yeah,
See,
I think you trap her and you blow her up and she dies. I think her mech blows up when you hit her with the bombs. So I think Junkrat is probably the best case.
I didn't even think about that. All right, well, there you go.
You throw down the bear trap, she gets caught, you can throw your mine right in her face, blow it up, and then just hit her with bombs.
I didn't even think about that. See, and that's what I really like about this game, is because there's a very rock, paper, scissors thing. So he mentioned his abilities for Junkrat are, like, he shoots grenades, and then he's got a mine that he can detonate at will, and then he throws down a bear trap that'll snag people. And even people like Tracer, who's got a blink, if she gets caught in the bear trap, she can't blink out of it. So until the duration of the bear trap's up, she's just stuck. When I was playing Tracer earlier, I got stuck in one of them and got me killed
multiple times.
Well, I got stuck twice. The first time didn't kill me because nobody was around, and the second one did. So like Reaper, who's my favorite, his abilities are all movement abilities. So he's got 2 shotguns that are very close range, and you have to be right on top of somebody to really kill him quickly. His left shift ability is it's like I guess you can use it for offense or defense, but it basically makes you invulnerable, and you are in this like wraith form. They can see you, like the enemies and friendlies can see you, but you can move around and nothing can hurt you while you're in it. So usually what I do is I use this E, which is a teleport, to maneuver myself somewhere where I can get behind the enemy team and to take out as many as I can. And then once they realize I'm there and they spin on me, then I use my Wraith form to move past them and get back to my team. And it works pretty well. And then a couple of my other favorites are Reinhardt's, probably my second favorite. And then I've been playing a lot of Mercy lately, and Mercy I really like. But overall, it's just a great game. There are a couple maps that probably need a little fine tuning because it's exceedingly difficult to win if you're on offense. I mean, it's doable, but you pretty much have to get a full team wipe. And
I feel like once people get a better grasp of the characters and who can beat who, it'll even out.
That's
because
true.
I mean, in the beginning, definitely Bastion was like unstoppable.
Yeah.
If you have like a map where it's narrow at the end and that's like right at the end is where you have to capture, if you set up a Bastion at the end, he could just blow everyone away.
Yeah.
But now people are realizing that there are characters who can take out Bastion.
Junkrat is a great one,
Junkrat is
too.
good. The guy who can throw the chain, Hound Dog or whatever his name is.
Roadhog. Because
Roadhog.
he can, if he hits Bastion with the chain and pulls him to him, he pulls him out of turret mode.
Yeah.
And then your team can basically just slaughter him.
You can get him with Reinhardt if you pin him, but a lot of the times he kills you.
Right.
So you got to do it when he's not watching you.
Or you have to walk right up to him and then do it. Because if you do it, I've learned the lesson that when you use your pinning charge, he drops the shield. So if you're too far away, Bastion can just plow through your health before you get to him.
Yeah,
so if
die
you
before you even hit him.
So if you got to get really close to him and then do it.
Which is all obviously still the difficult part.
Right.
It's getting close to a Bastion.
I guess that's a good point though.
But Tracer can get behind him, Reaper can get behind him sometimes, so it all just depends.
I think the reason it seems frustrating for like Torbjorn and Bastion is because it's the beta, and a lot of the people playing now weren't in the original beta. There were a bunch of new invites, like that's how we got in. And I think people just don't grasp this is how you beat this person. And a lot of people what they do is they pick a character, and that's the character they play the whole map. And they don't realize the whole game is built around the fact that you can change characters once you die mid-game, anytime once you die. Or even if you don't die, you can run back to
press
the
H.
base. Yes. So I think part of the problem too is people need to realize that, this person, like Bastion for instance, is wrecking us. But let's say Junkrat, Reinhardt, or Roadhog, for example, can beat him. Maybe I should switch to one of those three characters and deal with the Bastion so our team can win. And nobody's doing that. And I'm kind of guilty of that too. Like, I need to be better about switching.
Yeah. Well, I think that'll come in time. I think I think people are starting to play and they're getting comfortable with maybe one or two characters, but as time goes on, they'll realize that they need to, learn like as many characters as they can, because there's always going to be situations where you're going to need somebody else. And that's kind of what I've been doing is we'll get into a situation and you'll see whether you're on attack or defense. And then you kind of have to make decisions. Plus, you can see who your teammates are choosing. So, like, if we get into a game and somebody's already picked Junkrat, I will try not to pick him. Because having two Junkrats is not always a good thing. Sometimes it is, but, that's something that you'll have to figure out probably once the game is started.
Right.
Because there's sometimes that I'll get into a game and I didn't pick Junkrat because somebody else was in. But we'll be getting wrecked, so I'll switch to Junkrat.
So yeah, that's our opinions. However, I believe Shiro has a slightly different opinion about the game.
I'm not super into the game as much as I thought I'd be.
Yeah.
It really just feels like like I'm playing TF2 again. Like Team Fortress 2, because the game modes are pretty much similar. And the idea between checking, the thing that's better is the fact that you can switch and there is a difference between who takes on two, whereas in TF2 you can really just be good at one guy and you can win.
Right. I mean, I can see the comparison, except for, this game's more in depth with the abilities.
It's way more in depth with the abilities.
The abilities, the ultimates, the roster of characters is bigger and is only going to get
bigger.
It's gonna just get bigger. They're gonna
TF2 has what, like 4 classes?
No, it's got
six or so, but still.
It's It's got about 8.
Okay, even if it's
Yeah.
8, that's it. Whereas I think
Yeah.
Overwatch already has double that because I think there's 4 of each, at least 4 of each.
They're 8, but they're all customizable, so it's always a different for each person who plays them. So that's the difference between that. The thing that's better about
they're customizable if you get the unlocks or if you pay real money to buy the things to put on them, but they're not customizable like.
And it's only so much.
It changes their weapons and like their health, their total stats and stuff.
Which only seems to be just like it's just like how much damage it does.
Yeah, which can be a difference between winning and losing a game. But the thing that's better in Overwatch is that you focus more on team and less than just rushing into the goal.
Right.
Right, and it makes you you have to actually learn how to use your abilities. Like I mean, some of the characters you can't use them unless you learn how to use their abilities. Like Tracer, like unless you learn how to use her stuff, she doesn't have a whole lot of health.
I will be the first to admit Reaper without his abilities is a terrible character. If you never used his abilities, you just get slaughtered. Like the whole point of being a good Reaper is to use his abilities to get behind the enemy team and just wreak havoc.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm not arguing with you. Like you're totally entitled to your opinion. I was just discussing.
Yeah, it's just interesting because I don't know. What I want to try out though is I want to try that Battleborn game that came out. Cause it's the supposed counter like people are saying one's better than the other. I want to see what now that I've tried Overwatch and I see that what most of it's about. I want to see what Battleborn's like.
Personally, I have yet to see anyone that says it's better than Overwatch. But
and I think you should play Overwatch a little bit more to get a fuller scale.
Right.
Because you played that one day for a little bit.
I'm still gonna get Battleborn. I'm gonna play it around. I'll have you guys come over sometime and play it.
Is Battleborn PC too?
Yeah.
It's everything. It's already out though.
We'll get you a controller. I will get a controller.
I have one. I'll bring it with me next time.
Yeah, but I need to get one so you can play with the controller when he comes over here.
Yeah.
They're cheap as
I feel like if I had a controller,
$14.
You
can just go buy one.
Easier.
Yeah, I know, but just.
No, I'm saying him. Like he can go buy one. They're like $14.
Sure and stuff.
No, you're not.
Spend my money on real stuff.
But that's Overwatch. It's a great game. You should try it out when it comes out, or if you've got into the beta, let us know. If you got into the beta and you want to play sometime, hit us up with your gamer tags, and we'll get some games going. And that'll be a lot of fun.
Unless you suck. Yeah, no, I'm just kidding.
We kind of suck. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm just kidding.
The only other game I've been playing, I've been playing MechWarrior 2. I'm probably always going to play MechWarrior because I like that game a lot. The only new game I've been playing is I've downloaded Darkest Dungeon. And it is amazeballs.
How is it? Are you doing a Let's Play or just playing for funsies?
Well, I was going to do Let's Play, and a problem arose when I tried to record it through OBS or even live stream it, not recording. I would get, I don't know how else to explain them except like almost look like static bars on the screen. Like it would not record correctly. I couldn't even stream it right. So I don't know if it's a setting in OBS that's not working or if it's a setting in the game. I even tried Googling it and nobody else seems to be having the same problem. So it looks like I won't be able to stream or Let's Play it, which kind of sucks because I was really hoping to do it.
I hope it's not a mechanical issue.
Well, other people have been, I don't know why it would be. I can do any other game. I can do...
You have no issues, it's just that one game.
It's just that one game. I can stream or record Fallout. I can stream or record MechWarrior. I can stream or record Overwatch. I just, for whatever reason, Darkest Dungeon doesn't want to work.
Have you tried the basic uninstalling and reinstalling?
No, because
it might be something that just didn't download right for some stupid reason or other.
I don't know why. The game itself plays fine, so I gotta imagine it's something in OBS because it doesn't. There's nothing wrong with the game. The game is fine. It's only when I try to use OBS to record it. So also, I guess if you're listening to this and you know what the issue is that I'm having, and you know how to fix it, please let me know, because I would love to stream it or do a Let's Play of it. But
Or know how to use OBS and can teach us.
I mean, I feel like I know really well. It's just like I said, I Googled it and nobody else. There were problems originally with the game, like recording it, but that was like last year when it was in like not completely out yet, or maybe it was out and it was just early stages. But like none of the issues other people were having were the issues that I'm having. So there were a lot of black screen issues trying to record it, and it wasn't on center. People were having problems with. But nobody had an issue with the bars that I'm having, so we'll see. Hopefully somebody will hear this and have a fix for it. But the game itself is fantastic. It's kind of a dungeon crawler, but the art style is amazing. It's kind of, what would you call it? Kind of comic booky-ish?
Yeah.
It's very dark outline, right, if I recall?
Right.
Yeah.
It's really cool. You have all these classes.
It's definitely got a comic book vibe.
Yeah. You can recruit all these different classes. You get healers, your ranged, your melee, and then you can upgrade. But you really, there is a big learning curve. You have to learn how to manage your, like you can get bleed effects on your character or blight, which is like poison on your character. And you have to manage your character's stress levels, because if they get too stressed out, they can get a negative effect to where they might hurt themselves or whatnot. And if they get too stressed out and the bar fills twice, they'll have a heart attack and they'll die. And when the character dies in this game, they're just gone.
That sucks.
So
you should make a run with us to see how long which will last.
with name
them after us. Let's see who dies first.
I could do that. When it gets cheaper, I really want to play XCOM 2, like...
oh, that just came out, didn't it?
Yeah, TB, Total Biscuit was talking about it. He did a Let's Play, or not Let's Play, he just played the game. And he named his characters after Dodger, Strippin, and Jesse Cox. And I guess Dodger and Strippin both died. I guess on the very last mission, they both died. And
go listen to the co-optional. He explains the whole story.
Yeah, he explains the whole story. But basically, Dodger comes back as a zombie, and Strippin had to shoot her in the head.
Aww.
And it's like the most depressingly awesome story. So once that game gets built, because it's $60 right now, which I don't want to pay. And oh my gosh, what are you doing?
What?
Whatever you just did was super loud.
Oh, my headphones just died. We're about to die, and I had to plug them back in.
Oh.
Sounded like you licked your microphone.
It did kind of sound like you. Were you like giving a beach to your microphone?
Yeah.
Anyway, you can get all these different characters and classes, and you can level them up. You can level up their skills. They level up themselves, and then you can level up their skills. You can level up their armor. They'll get negative quirks and positive quirks, and you can remove the negatives, and you can cement the positives so they'll never get replaced. There's a lot to it to learn, but once you get it down, like I did 3 runs. I did a run, and I thought I kind of got it figured out. So I started another run, and then I started watching Trump play it on YouTube, and I was like, oh, I've been doing this the very hard way, and there's a much easier way to do this and keep my characters alive. So I started a new one, and that's the one I'm on now, and I'm doing a lot better. Like, I've had to get rid of a few characters that are just too diseased or have too many negative quirks. But overall, it's been a lot smoother. But if you're into dungeon crawlers and unique art styles and whatnot, and you're looking for something to play, I strongly suggest Darkest Dungeon. It's fantastic.
Nice.
Cool. Well, I think it's past my bedtime, so I'm gonna go to sleep right now, like literally. But look forward to our Let's Play for Pokemon Black. That should be out sometime, probably the same time or the same day that this comes out, which will be Monday. What is it? The day after Valentine's Day, 15th. So we should have episode 1 up of Pokemon at the very least. And we're gonna try and do one every day. We'll see how that works out with our recording schedule, but that's what we're looking for. But anyway, keep a lookout for that. Thanks for joining us again. Like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you next Monday.
Peace, everybody.
Bye.
We are the mobile suit gamers. We love tacos so much. Do you want to eat tacos with us?